Cam, West Coast, obviously no bigger challenge. What are your thoughts on facing them first up?
Well, I think if this is the time to get the reigning premiers, I reckon round one's the time. So, all the boys are super excited. We get to kind of measure ourselves against the competition's best in the first round. So, it could be a really good stepping stone for our season. And I think all the boys are pretty keen to get out here on Saturday night.
Obviously, a lot's changed in 6 or 7 months, but you played them in the last time you played. Like, what have you learnt from then that you might be able to apply this weekend?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, them being the best team in the competition, their contested ball stuff's really good and their spread's really good. So we've watched a bit of vision from the last time we've played them, but we've got new players and a new team, and we've been sticking to our structure for the whole year. So I think we're just going to go out there and play our footy and see how it matches up against the best.
No, Josh Kennedy, does it make them vulnerable anyway?
Oh, I think their forward line's still looking pretty good. I know they've got a few young boys in there now. I think Petrochalli's playing and Oscar Allen as well. So, it's still going to be a challenge for our back line, but I think our back line's pretty solid this week, and we've got a good group down there, so they should be well.
Speaking of which, Darcy's back, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. It's good to have Darcy back. He's been out on the track for the last couple of weeks, but he's just a good person to have out there playing with him. He's such a trustworthy player down back. You're going to get the best from him, so it's exciting.
What does he do for your team, Cam? He's sort of elevated himself into the upper echelon of your team. He hasn't had to play a pre-season match, but he walks back in. Why is he so important?
Yeah, definitely. Mate, he nearly would have won the best of Ferris last year if he didn't get injured. And now in the leadership group, he's not necessarily the most vocal bloke out there, but just he leads by his actions and the way he goes about his footy. If there's things need to be said, he'll say them, but he just goes out there and plays his footy. And as I said before, you can just trust him in any situation. So obviously not having any pre-season games under his belt, but all the boys trust him to get out there and do his job.
Yourself, mate, how are you feeling about your second season here in Brisbane?
Yeah, I'm very excited. Can't wait to get into it. I think last year you can kind of learn some of the things that you can do out here and some of the things you can't get away with. So again, this year it'll just be testing the waters and seeing what I can do. But I'm excited to get out there and play again.
About playing with Lachie Neale, mate, you just see in the couple of games we've seen him here in the maroon, blue and gold. There's something special in there.
Definitely, he's a star. He's such a good player around the contest. He's so clean, and having those outside players like Huey and even like Basti, who's had a good pre-season, with Lachie being able to feed the ball out to them, it just makes them a better player as well. So we're really excited to play with Lachie, and I think he's pretty keen to get here in the Gabba and play his first game as well.
Lachie, Jared Lyons, you've got people who will naturally attract opposition, free Zork, or if they go back to Zorks like they were, you've got so many options now.
I think that's a good thing about this team. We're starting to build a bit of depth, and now you see players like, unfortunately Squiz couldn't get a game, and Bundy, and they're two really, really, really good players. Even Nick Robbo, who had an awesome game last time against West Coast. It just shows the depth that we're building and the list that we're putting together. And as you say, when you get players like Jared Lyons and Lachie in there, it might unleash Zork or vice versa with those two boys. So it's just exciting to see what they can do as a group this year.
It's obviously a lot of excitement. Do you think it will take any time for those guys to fit in, or Link McCarthy's forward? You've got to figure out things with him as a forward group. Should people expect it to take a little bit of time, or do you think you can hit the ground running?
Yeah, I guess it's a good question. Obviously, naturally it should take a little bit of time for people to come from a different club and fit in, but personally I think these boys have come in pretty well and settled in pretty well. They're all pretty unselfish players, and they all pretty much give themselves to the team and do the team thing. So, I wouldn't be surprised if it takes a couple of weeks for them to get used to, but then again, I wouldn't be surprised if they come in and play their roles as they have been in the JLT.
Cam, what would it mean to you, round one, packed Gabba House?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Seeing Carlton and Collingwood playing, and Richmond playing last night, and even when the Gabba gets pumping, this whole forward flank just starts rocking, and it really starts echoing the Gabba. So, as many fans we can get out tomorrow night to watch, hopefully us beat the Eagles, it should be good.